Welcome to the April 27th edition of the Day Weather Podcast. It's a Monday, but it's a really good Monday weather-wise. We're going to really start off this week great weather-wise. Temperatures really warmed up over the weekend, and today will be a beautiful day across the region. Is it going to be perfect? No, it's April, heading into early May. It's never usually just right, but boy, we've got some days this week that are really going to be quite good for this time of year. The big breakout week is coming this week. We also have the big melt. When I mean breakout week, it means that basically the pattern has changed enough that we can say that there's more spring left this spring than there is winter this spring. And for those of us who've lived out here for a long time, you know what I mean by that. Yes, we could still have a freeze. We're not at our average last frost freeze yet, so don't put the tomatoes in the ground yet. Yes, we could also see it snow. Remember last year, we had snow in many areas of Wyoming and Colorado on the first day of summer last year. So you're never out of the woods, but we are breaking out of the pattern that has led to such a cold April so far. On the last days of April and the first days of May will be very warm. The high pressure is going to peak on Thursday. This is going to bring a big snow melt out of the mountains. The snow melt is behind normal this year because April was so cold, at least for most of the month. But we're going to see the mountains really shed a lot of snow, and we're going to see stream flows go up. Now, it's going to be a bit cooler, maybe a little bit wet for the upcoming weekend. The precipitation forecast through Thursday afternoon looks like this. Most of what you see here across the northern plains and the northern Rockies is just your vanilla-flavored shower and thunderstorm activity that will pop up. There is a cool front that's going to be moving across the region like this during the day Tuesday. So Monday night tonight into Tuesday is where most of this precipitation will be in the form of some showers and thunderstorms. So late tonight into the day Tuesday, at least for Wyoming, Nebraska, South Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Eastern Oregon, Washington, there's going to be a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity. But as you can see down here, really nothing. So it looks to be a week where, yes, there'll be a little bit of shower activity, but I think more than anything, just be ready for some windy conditions. It is going to be a bit breezy today and tomorrow. Here's our current jet stream pattern. Basically, it's west to east. This is why it's mild, but also why it's going to be a little bit on the windy side as those winds cut across the Continental Divide. And this little guy right here, this little ripple, is going to come through and dive in like this during the day Tuesday. And here it is. This little ripple here will make it a little bit colder and a little bit windy right here during the day Tuesday. So today really warm, Tuesday windy and a little cooler. And this little system right here will bring some showers and thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon and evening in some areas. And it's springtime. You could get a shower popping up in the afternoon hours very easily, especially across Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, and Nebraska. Now, as we go out further, this is where it gets really warm. This is for Thursday. The jet stream cuts across the region like this, builds a big high into southern Canada. We've got a big low in the Great Lakes and east. This is going to cause severe weather and unseasonably cold weather for the Great Lakes in the northeast. Severe weather is going to break out here across parts of the southeastern United States, but we've got a big high coming in. And we always show you where the air is coming from to show you how we get warm and cold. And look, it comes out of the deserts right into Wyoming and Colorado. So this is the warmest day of the week. Temperatures are going to break 80 in many areas, at least the upper 70s across the highest plains regions. But everyone will get to at least the 70s and 80s by Thursday and Friday. Notice the Gulf of Alaska has low pressure, not high pressure. So as long as this happens, the flow will be dominantly westerly in the western United States, and it's the eastern side of the country that will suffer through the worst weather this week. This is what temperatures look like by Thursday. These are high temperatures. Look at all of the 70s and 80s across the Intermountain West. You can see the deserts heating up. This is the time of year the deserts really heat up. Look at those 100s down in southern Arizona, these 90s in New Mexico and West Texas and southeastern Colorado. Getting into the 90s here is going to be a real easy task. It's not going to be hard to do with the flow of air coming right up into here. These are our temperatures Thursday. These are our temperatures by Friday. Still very warm. Look at this. possible 100s. That's way off the charts warm. So it's interesting when you look at these contrasts. Just a week and a half ago, sub-zero temperatures were found up here. Now we're talking about temperatures in the 90s and 100s down here just a week and a half later. That's springtime, the big battle between the changing seasons, and this is when you really get these big contrasts. This is what it looks like by Saturday. The high pressure breaks down. We've got a little ripple here. We've got another ripple coming here. So it's going to cool off just a little bit this weekend, but just these little ripples this time of year coming through will trigger showers and thunderstorms. So by the weekend, shower and thunderstorm activity and slightly cooler temperatures will return. This is what temperatures look like by Saturday. So you can see it cools off to more average temperatures across the region here by Saturday with the showers and thunderstorms. The heat gets suppressed a little bit more down here and over here as that westerly flow brings a couple of systems our way. Next week doesn't look as warm as the week that we're going to have this week, but it also looks mild with no significant cold fronts coming. This is what it looks like 10 days out. This is by late next week. You can see it's that westerly flow continues. It just looks like a typical early May pattern where it stays mild, but we have these little systems coming through that are going to trigger shower and thunderstorm activity just as you'd expect this time of year. What it looks like to me, folks, is May will be off to a very average May start, but no significant cold. Look at Western Canada. Look at Central Canada. There's really no significant cold to come in and spoil our current party of warmer, more mild conditions. So enjoy the warm-up. Take advantage of it if you can. Thanks for watching and listening to the Day Weather Podcast. Talk to you on Tuesday.